Okay, so now our new concept is Salesforce security model. So this is the one of the most important concept. కంపల్సరీగా ఇంటర్వ్యూ జరుగుతుందంటే కంపల్సరీగా క్వశ్చన్ ఖచ్చితంగా టచ్ చేస్తారు సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్. ఓకే, సేల్స్ ఫోర్ సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్. సో ఇలా అడుగుతారు సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్ అంటే ఏంటి లేకపోతే ఆ ఫ్లో ఏంటని అడగచ్చు. ఓకేనా, బట్ విల్ సి కంప్లీట్ ప్యాకేజ్ ఆఫ్ సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్. సో సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్లో ఇంకా మన టైప్స్ ఉంటాయి, బట్ ఓవరాల్ ఆ ప్యాకేజ్ మొత్తం కలిపి సేల్స్ ఫోర్ సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్ అంటాం. ఓకేనా, సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్. ఓకే, సి security model. Before going to discuss about the security model, first let's have an understanding on the records. So we have records on the Salesforce, right? So records means an object. So you can create a record or existing records, you can delete the records, right? So we have the records, right? But Salesforce is divided records into two types. Okay, one is owned records, second thing is shared records. Okay, two types of records are there. One is owned records and second is shared records. What is meaning of owned records? Owned record means created by us, mean which are the records created by us, we can call it those records, we can call it as owned records. For example, let's say you guys are going to create a new record. Okay, then that record owned by you. Okay, because that record is going to create by you only. The record is created by you only, that's why it's a owned record. That's your owner, your own record. Okay, understood what is a owned records. Coming to the second type, shared records. Shared record means these are the records which are created by the someone else but shared with us. Means for example, if I created 10 records, so those records are the my own records, but I wanted to share these records with you. Okay, I'll share the records with you, then with that you guys can proceed work on the record. So then those records we can call it a shared records. I shared my own records with you, so you for you guys these records are the shared records. Got it? Simply shared records are created by someone else and shared with us. Okay, owned records means which are created by us only on our own. Clear? What is the owned records and shared records? It's very important. So let's have understanding on this. Any confusion? Please let me know.
No, sir.
Clear, right? Owner records and shared record. Two types of records will be there in the Salesforce. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the second. So we are discussing about the security model, right? Security means on which security? On the records, on the data. Okay. We are going to provide a security. Security is the most important, right? So here the security model deals with the access and security overall the data. Okay, on overall data. Data means records only. Let's see, there are a few ways to provide a security on the records. Okay, those are four are there. See, one is OWD. Okay, second thing is role hierarchy, third thing is sharing rules, fourth thing is manual sharing. These are the complete package of the Salesforce security model. These are the different sharing, I mean different access, but we can on package of these four we can on combined we can call it as Salesforce security. By using these four we can provide a security on any record or any type of the data overall Salesforce. Got it? So this is a very important. Maybe some interviews maybe ask you like what are the security model, what is the sequence? They will ask you. So this is the sequence. First OWD will come into the picture. After OWD, role hierarchy. After role hierarchy, sharing rules. After sharing rules, manual sharing. Okay, sure. So these are the four security models. Okay. See, we are discussing about this only, right? Ways to providing security. OWD means by using the OWD, we can give the read and write access default for all. For example, see, OWD is giving the read and write access. Role hierarchy is also giving the read and write access. Sharing rules also giving the read and write access. Manual sharing also giving the same as above three only. Then what is the difference? All four are giving the same access only, right? Read, write, read, write, read, write. Then why these four different sharing rules are there here? Why? Because, for example, if you are going to control OWD on read or write access, this will be applicable for all, for default all, on a object level. For example, let's say if you are going to provide a security on the lead object of record, lead records are there now in the lead object. If you are going to provide an OW security on that, then this will be applicable for all the users, not for the specified users. I mean, whoever is going to access that object, for all it will be effect. Okay. Coming to the role hierarchy is something like we can manage, like in the next section we will discuss about the role hierarchy. Okay. In role hierarchy, if you want to give access, or if you want to hide access for roles, for example, a manager, under managers, team leads will be there, under team leads all the team members will be there. So like this, based on the roles, means based on the hierarchy, if you want to provide a read and write access, then we can go with the role hierarchy. Okay, this is not the this is unlike OWD. OWD will applicable for all the users. Don't worry. Maybe if you are getting confusion later on, going forward, you will come to understand. Like once you go for the practical, you will come to know. Okay. Next, sharing rules. Sharing rules we can use, like for example, if you want to provide a security like a read or write for specified groups or roles. Okay, roles and subordinates on a condition. Okay, then we can go with the sharing rules. So manual sharing, see, for any user or queue manually. So manual sharing will applicable if you want to share a record manually to the someone user or queue, then we can pick up the manual sharing. Okay, all are giving the read and write access, but be, depends on our requirement. We can choose any one of these. Okay, if it is, for example, if you want to apply the default for all the users, then you can go for the OWD like this. So okay, we are discussing about this security model. We are having the four types. One is OWD, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing. Then what about the profile? What about the profile? So we were in the last class we were discussing about the profiles, and by using the profiles, we can control the object level, field level, tab level. So we were discussing like this, right? So access we can control by using the profile, right? So we are having this OWD hierarchy, sorry, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual. Then why? What about this profile? This profile also needed? Yes. Without, see what profile is saying, like you kids are so cute, without my access you access doesn't work. See, which means even though if you have OWD, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing, if you have the access on these four, but still you need profile access. If you don't have a profile access, even this OWD or role hierarchy sharing, nothing will work. That is what it is saying. Okay, profile level access is needed. Okay, clear?
etc.
Okay, yeah. Going for next, see, this is the access order actually in the Salesforce security model where we were discussing four types are there now. One is OWD, role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing. This is the access order. First, it will be for OWD, then role hierarchy, sharing rules, and manual sharing. See, access will open up like give lower to higher access. OWD is the lower one, and what role hierarchy is the little bit higher than OWD, same like sharing rules and manual sharing. Okay, fine. See, let's discuss about the one by one. Okay, let's have a look on the OWD. Okay, see, this is the OWD. Okay, OWD stands for org wide default. OWD stands for org wide default. Okay, this is the most restrictive user access which is default for all the users. So for example, if you are giving the access, if you are controlling the access on the OWD level, it will be applicable for the all the users are present in the Salesforce, whoever is having the access for the lead object. Okay, clear? So in OWD again we are having the four types of the access levels. Okay, one is private, second is public read only, third is public read write, fourth thing is public read write and transfer. So here public read write transfer will applicable only for lead and case object. Okay, uh, only lead and case on a lead and case object only it will work, it won't work other than these two objects. Okay, but these three applicable for any of the object, no restrictions for this. Okay, maybe interviews will ask you like read public read write transfer will work on which objects, or is it applicable for all the object, like this they will ask you. We have to say like it will be applicable only for a lead object and case object. Okay, this fourth one I'm talking about. Okay, okay, so the again these four types are there under the OWD. Means OWD means archived default. Let's say private. For example, what is the private? If you set OWD is for private on one object, so no, we cannot see the shared record. Shared records means whichever is created, whichever the records is created by others, we cannot see those records. You can see whatever the records you have created if you have the access on the profile. Okay, same public read only. What it denotes public read only? Public read only. If you give the OW, if you set the OW to public read only, which means you can read the records whichever shared by the others. You cannot edit it. You cannot delete it. Okay. Third one, public read write, which means you can read the records, means you can access the record. You can write means we can edit also. Okay, if you set OWD to public read write, which means you can create a record, you can read a record, you can edit a record. Okay, see public read write transfer, if you set OWD for this public read write transfer, which means you can transfer the records to someone else also. Okay, these are the four types under the OWD. Okay, please be clear
Okay.
about these types also. Yes,
Hello.
yes, yes.
Okay. Public read write transfer is applicable only to leads and
Sorry,
cases.
little bit loud. I am not able to hear.
Public read write and transfer is applicable only to the lead and cases. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
it won't be work on the contacts or accounts or opportunities or like this object. It will be applicable only for lead and case objects. Only two objects it will be applicable. But these three, first three will be applicable for any of the object. Not no restrictions on that. Okay, clear?
It's
Hello?
okay.
Yeah. So going next. Here the thing is, we were discussing about the OWD. Okay, again in OWD we are having four types. Fine. Here the one rule is there, that is OWD and profiles mandatory security setting, which means both are the required only. OWD and profiles both are the mandatory for the security setting for this Salesforce security model. Okay, we cannot achieve the Salesforce security with only the security model things, which are role hierarchy, OWD, and sharing, manual sharing. These types are there now. Sharing rules, manual sharing. So we cannot achieve only these three, only these four. We need profile as well. Both should work. Both together only will work. Okay. See, just remember that rule. And let's see, these are the types, right? In the OWD we are private, public read only, public read write, public read write transfer. Let's have a look one by one. The first one, let's discuss about the public read write. What is this public read write? Okay, public read write means read and edit all records owned by others. Okay, owned by others. Assumption like profile give access, which means, for example, you have logged in. Okay, you you guys are logged in. Let's assume whatever the profile we are having, but on profile level you guys have the lead object access. Okay, you have the read access, edit access, delete access, you have the everything on the profile level. Okay, let's come to the OWD. So we were discussing about this only, right? In the golden rule, which is like OWD and profile both together will work, right? So you already have the access on the profile level on the lead object, that is create, read, delete, everything you have the access on the profile level. Let's coming to the OWD. Okay, and OWD, you are going to set OWD on lead object, that is public read write, which means you are having the access on the profile, that's fine, you can access your own records. Means if you are having the access for the lead object, you can create a record, which you can create a record means those are the your own records only, right? If you guys are going to create a record, those records we can call it as own records. Those are the own records by you only, so you can delete, you can create whatever thing you can do. But coming to the shared records, for example, I have created 10 records, you guys also created 10 records on the same Salesforce org. Okay, now you logged in. uh, the OWD on the lead object is public read write, which means my records are there, which means my records are the shared records, because I have create, that is someone else, right? You guys are creating, those are the owner records. I am just creating, those are my owner records. But for me, your records are the shared records, and for you, my records are the shared records, right? See, on share records, you can read and edit. Means my records, you can edit my records, and you can read, edit whatever thing you can do. Same like you as well. Okay, that is what here discussing. Always OWD will work on the shared record, just remember that. Always OWD will work for the shared records, not for the owner records. For owner records level access, profile is enough. But if you want to restrict the access on the shared records, then OWD will come into the picture. Okay, in this public read write is there. Means if you are setting OWD to public read and write, which means you guys can edit and read the shared records. That is what here it is saying. Like in the bracket, assumption means profile give access, means on profile you already have the access on the lead object. That is what it is. Okay, see, all of us can read, edit records with we don't own. Means, see, for example, this user is there. He is having his own records, and she is having his her own records, and the same like she is also having her own records. But this first user can read and access these two person's records, and this person can access the his records and her records. Same like this girl can access records which are owned by this girl and this person. Got it? That is what it is saying. Like coming to the next type, that is public read only. Read access owned by others, which means OWD is public read only, which means they can read, they can only read, they cannot edit. Previously, it is read and write, which means read and edit. Now, this is public read only, means they can read only, they cannot edit and they cannot delete. That is what here saying, like read records owned by others, which are shared records. See, so he is having his records, same like previous example only. Now he can see her records. She can see his records and her records, but this girl cannot edit his records and her records. That is what say this. All these three can read. So this is what he is telling. Like all of us can view records that we don't own, means that we haven't created, but those are created by someone else. That all these three can read. Okay. Coming to the third point, private. Private means no access on a other record. For example, if you set OW to private, which means on lead object, if you are setting OW to private, no access on the other records, which means he is having his own records, like all these three having their own records, but they cannot see his records, he cannot see her records. So they can see their own records only, but they cannot see others records, see or edit, nothing they can see. That is what it is saying. None of us can see, can view records that we don't own. Clear? Previously they can see, right? Now we set, if we set OW to private, none of these can see others records. Clear?
Oh, clear, okay.
Clear. డోంట్ వరీ, మనం ఇప్పుడు రియల్ టైంలోకి వెళ్తాము. సో చూపిస్తాను ఎలా అంటే ఓడబ్ల్యూడి ఎలా సెట్ చేస్తాము. రియల్ టైంలో నేను చూపిస్తాను, బట్ థియరిటికల్గా అయితే అర్థమవుతుంది కదా. ఓకేనా?
Yes, okay.
సి ఫైన్. See ఇక్కడ OW types, we discussed about the OW types. Now see how to select OWD access levels. This is the key point, like how we can select a OWD access level based on the scenario. For example, if you have a, if you got a scenario, then how you can decide the OWD, which level I need to access, whether they private or public read only, or public read write, or public read write transfer. Okay, how we can decide the level of access on the OWD. First key point is, step 1 is find user who needs least access. First point, first we have to identify like that user who needs the least access among the different people who need least access. We have to identify that level of access, whether read access or read access, edit access or delete access, whichever is the least, that you have to identify. Second step, assign access level which matches with his access level. So first step, in first step, whatever we found, like that is least level, we have to assign access to matching to that least level. For example, see, in this scenario, see, this user saying like should not see records owned by others, which means you don't want to see whichever the records is created by this girl. Okay, you don't want to see her records. Okay, this is the one requirement. See here, her requirement is should read edit others record in lead object. She wanted read access and edit access on the others own record, but he don't want the read or edit access on the others record, which means among these two, which is the least access, which is the least access, can you guess?
Should not see records owned by others.
Yes, so should not see records owned by others. He needs the least access. So should not see records owned by others means what we can give, what OWD will applicable for this, because we are dealing with the records owned by others. Then OWD will come into the picture. Let's see. I'll give the hint. Four types are there under the OWD. That is
Private,
private, yeah, read only, edit. So he don't want to see the others records, then we can set the OWD to private on the lead object. See, correct, the result is set private as a OWD. Okay, because he needs least access. Then see how, now see the second, you clear about this requirement, right? Because he don't want to see other records, that's why we set this private. Got it?
yes, okay.
Okay, yeah. Coming to the second question, okay, like this kind of quiz. What should be the OWD access level for the below? See, the first user, like he should read records owned by others in the lead object. He wanted to read the which records whichever owned by the others on the lead object. See, she should read and edit records owned by others. What will be the OWD here based on the
Public read write transfer
uh,
for
are you clear? Sure.
yeah,
What is the
for
key
him
point? You have to find the least access. Among these two, what is the least access here?
the least access should read edit record owned by others. I think.
Read records owned by others.
Should read
Then what?
record owned by others in lead object.
Then what will be the OWD here?
Public read write and transfer.
Why public read, write, and transfer? He don't want to write and transfer access. He just need read access only. This is
So
the
in lead object,
public read only. Okay. Public read only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only for reading.
Yeah, he should read records owned by others in the lead object. He don't want to edit the records. Got it? That's why this is the lead. Here she need read and edit. You're going office or okay, bye. Sorry. Huh. Should read and edit. This is the highest. Here she need read and edit. Okay. But here he need only read. That's why public read only. We can set OW as a public read only. See, answer is set public read only as OWD because he need only read access on the others record. Clear? Clear?
Yes, okay.
If he need read and write, say read and edit like her, then we can set a read and write. But he don't want read and write. He need only read access. That's why we are setting OWD as a public read only. Okay, clear? Coming to the second example, let let me know what should be the OW access level for this scenario. See, here group of people are there. Here one person is there. He should read lead records owned by others. No write access. Same like previous. He just need read access only. In the second, should read write all lead records owned by others. What will be the OWD here?
Public read only.
Huh, public read only. Okay, because we need to identify who needs the least access. Okay, I think you guys are clear how to select the OWDs. It depends on the scenario, right?
Yes.
Okay, till now we were discussing about the OWD. Then what about the profiles? Let's have a look into the profiles as well, because as we said, like both OWD and profiles together will work. Okay, one alone cannot work. Okay, on the security model. Okay, let's have the profile. So how many types of access are there on the profile level? Six we have, right? Let me show you. Six accesses we have on the profile level. Okay, see, this is the profile, right? Let's see how many accesses are there on the profile level. Six types will be there. Let me show you what are the six types. See, can you see how many types are there? Read access is there, create is there, edit is there, delete is there, view all is there, modify is total. We have six level of access on the profile. Like these are six types of the accesses on the profile, right? Clear? An account object we can read, we can create, we can edit, delete, view all, and modify all. That is what here it is saying. Like on profile, access levels for set of users is create will be there, read will be there, edit or write. Both are same. That's why they are giving in the two types. Okay, delete is there, view all is there, modify all is there. Okay, we can call it as cred. Cred means create, read, edit, and delete. We can simply, in short word, they can call it as cred. Cred means create, read, edit, and delete on a owned records. Okay, cred on other records, owned records, but access respecting the sharing. Okay, let's see about like what about the. Let me explain about these six first. If you give a create access on the profile level, okay, if you are going to give a create means read and create, which means you can see the records on the account. You can read and create means you can create a new record on the account, but you cannot edit, you cannot delete, you cannot see. For example, if it is like this, okay, if you have given only read and create access, if you, for example, if you given only read access, which means you can I mean the user whoever is having the access as this profile. What is this profile? Sys super administrator. Okay, which means in the another browser I just logged in as user Anupam, he is having the super administrator as a profile. Okay, let me show you that. See, he is having the profile as super administrator. Okay, for testing purpose, in another browser I just logged in with user. Okay, we are going to test all this security model how it is work. That's why I logged in the different browser. Okay, let's see, this user is having the super administrator, which means let me duplicate this tab, open application. Don't log into fine. So let me open any one of the application. Okay, I'm just going to open service application. Okay, so in this, let's see, lead object. Okay, this is the lead. I just open the lead tabs. See, I just clicked and I just open the all open leads. Okay, all open leads, total is 34 count is there. Okay, on lead object for example, or contact, anything is fine. For example, on contact, if I'm just going to click on my, or I think no records on this. Let's have on the lead only. Let's take the example of lead tab only. Okay, I set the filter on the all the open leads, which means on a profile level he's having the, where it is, here it is, this person is having the profile as super administrator. On this lead object, see, this lead object is having the read, edit. Okay, read, create, edit, delete. He's having the up to delete access. See, read access, create access, edit access, delete access. This is having the four access. That's why this user can able to see all the records which are there under the lead object. Okay, for example, if I remove the access on the profile level, what will happen? For example, if I am going to remove the access on the lead object, see, even I didn't given the read or create or edit or delete access, I'm just removing all the access. I'm just saving the record, I'm just saving the profile. Okay, now let's have a look. Standard object, go on check. See, on lead object it is having no access. Okay, let's see, let's refresh the page. What will be the output here? See, you don't have access to this record. Ask your administrator for help or to request access. Which means previously he was able to access the all the records which are present under the lead object, right? Now he is not able to see the records. Why? Because why? Because
They didn't access to
he
him.
don't have the access on the profile level. That's why he cannot see the records. Let's give the access again. Let's edit. Let's go to the edit lead object. Let's give the read access. I'm just giving the read access only. Okay, just save this. See, on lead update it is having the read access. Let's see, let's refresh this page. Next, Anupam user. Now he can see the all the 34 items, right? Okay, we just given a read access, right? We didn't given a create access, right? Create means new record creation access, right? Let's see. Ca- this user can create a new lead record. See, you can see here no new button is there, which means he cannot create the new lead records, but he can read already existing records. Means he can open and he can read, but he cannot edit and he cannot read. See, here he cannot edit also. In the details, if you're going, if I try to edit, see, no option is there. Clear? No option is there on the lead object. See, you cannot. If I try to edit here, no actions are available. Why? Because we didn't give an edit access on the profile level. Okay, let's give a create and edit access. We'll see how it will work. Okay, I'm just going to edit and let's give the create access this time. Okay, just understand the profile level of access, then you will be clear with the OWD also. Now we have given a read access, create access on the lead object. Let's see, let's refresh the user in this browser leads. Now he can see the new button and he can create the new, right? See, he can see the, he can create the new record now, right? Previously you don't have the new button here to create a new lead. Why? Because you don't have the create access on the profile level. Now he can create. Let's see, we can create a one record. Okay, just lead. Let's save this. Okay, this record is created. Now let's have total 35 will be there, I think so. Open all open records. See, 30 previously 34 records were there, now 35 records are there because we have created one new record. Okay, now we have given only read access and create access. We didn't give an edit access on the profile level, right? Let's try whether he can edit the records. Now I'm going to try to edit. No actions are available. Even if I open a new record, if I go to the details, I cannot edit. See, I don't have access to edit this. See, now if I give a edit access on this profile level, then he can edit. I'm showing you one by one. Why? Because you guys should be very clear, otherwise you will not be understanding. I'm just giving the edit access now. Okay, save. Go to this browser. Let's refresh. Now let's try to edit the record. Now see, all pencil marks are coming. With that I can edit the details. See, for change. See, now this is changed. Okay, like this you can, because like this the profile level of access will impact on the object level, right? On the records. Clear up to here? On profile level you guys are clear? If you're clear, then we will go with the OWD, how we can set both profile and OWD together to restrict the, I mean, to set the security on the records.
Yes, it is clear. Okay.
It's clear, right? Everything, how it will impact on the uh, records based on the profile. Now, okay, on the lead object, this profile is having the read, create, and edit access, right? Lead object is having the read access, create access, and edit access, which means this user can create, can edit the records, right? Can read, can create, can edit the records. Let's go to this. This is what we are discussing about the profile level of access. Here, view all and modify all, two different things are there. Okay, you guys clear, right? What is create, what is read, what is edit, what is delete? If you give the create access, what we can do? If you give the read access, what we can? So you guys clear with these four types. Then what about this view all and modify all on the profile level? This view all modify all is there. It's something else. It's extreme access, which means, for example, if you set access for view all on modify all on the lead object OWD, no matter what is the security on the OWD level of access, it will override. Which means, for example, if you set OWD to private, if you given a view all access on this profile level, it will override the OWD access, which means this user can see all the records which are owned by the others. He don't check for the OWD. Why? Because view all and modify all is the highest level of access. That is what. Okay, no worry. Going forward, we'll discuss. Okay, let's just keep in mind that point, because view all modify all. View all means if you give the view all access, which means this user can read uh, all others records in the org. If you give the modify all, he can do everything. He can read, he can edit, and he can delete. He can do whatever he need. Okay, if he is having the view all or view all on the profile level, he can see all others own records, and if he's having the modify all on the profile level, then he can do everything with the records. Okay, clear? Just keep in a mind like these two, what is the purpose of these two, then I'll show you how we can. Okay, see, you guys clear with the profiles level of access and OW types also, you guys clear. Then here one example is there, how to set profile access. See, I approve you too, because if you give the read access, so you can read the uh, records which are owned by you also or others, whatever the thing. Okay, if you're having the create, you will, this user can get the create. You already seen, right? This level of, this is what just now we checked, right? Same it is, because it is the ultimate access we are discussing. Like we with vwall we can see everyone's record in the salesforce, or no matter what is the OWD. Same like modifier, these are the ultimate accesses on the profile level. Okay, let's see. For example, if I set read, create, edit, and delete on the profile level on the lead object, then read, edit, delete own records. Means he can do these actions on his own records, and records that OWD role sharing rules give access to them also. But if you set view all or modify all, view all read all the records, modify all full access on the all records, which means full access means he can create, edit, delete also. Just make sure, don't while giving the view all and modify all, just keep mind, like if you give the modify all, that user can do everything in the, or he can delete also, but we have to take care while giving the access on the profile level. Okay, clear? Okay, going to next. Access level is read and write. See, to confirm your access, this is the very 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 important. But I think if you understand this point, then you will be very clear with the OWD and profiles both. Okay, access level is read and write. Okay, to confirm your access on own records, profile is enough to decide. Understood? For example, if you want to confirm, or if you want to know the access on your owner records, means you are going to create a new record, right? That is your owner record. For example, if you want to decide what access you want to have, that is, for example, if you want to have only read access on your own records, then you can set profile to read only, then that's fine. Means if you want to check the level of access on your own records, then profile is enough. if you go to the profile, if you check on the profile, if we having the create if you having the read, create, edit access on your profile, which means Anupam can read, create, edit records. This is fine. If he wanted to know the level of access on his own record, the profile level is enough, right? This is what he can do, right? We have given read access, create access, and delete access. He can able to create a record, he can able to delete a record, sorry, he can able to edit a record, he can able to uh, create, read, and edit, right? Because he is having the access on the profile level, okay, on his own records. Clear? Clear. So if he wanted to check the level of access on his own records, then profile is enough. Okay, clear? Which means if he is having the read, create, edit, delete access on the profile level on the lead object, I can read, create, edit, delete my lead records, which means his own records. He can do everything because he is having the profile level access. Is it clear?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
The simple point is he is dealing with his own records. He don't want to check the OWD. If he can check the profile, that is enough. Okay. Let's see the second thing. Access level is written right. To confirm your access on others means shared records. For example, if you want to confirm your level of access on the other records, means shared records, others record, then profile and shared settings means OWD or role or rule are required. Means OWD, sharing rule, manual sharing, and role hierarchy. That is what it is saying in the bracket. Okay, both are required. If you are dealing with the others record, means others owned record, other shared records, then you have to check both profile and OWD and role hierarchy. All this you have to check. Okay, if you are dealing with your own records, then profile is enough. See see OWD is public read only. See here, because we are dealing with the other shared records, OWD is set to public read only, and lead set to read, create, edit, and delete. Now see, now let see, OWD set public read only, but on lead object on profile level, he is having read, create, edit, and delete access. Now the thing is, I can only read others record. Read or write should be in both profile and OWD role. See here, what he is saying, like he can only read others record. Why? Because OWD is set public read only, not public read write. Even though if he is having the access on the edit, but he don't have the access on the read and write access on the OWD is having only read only, which means he can read the records which are owned by others. He cannot edit because both read or write should be in both profile and OWD. Clear? Clear?
Exactly.
Even though if he is having the edit access on the profile, if you don't have the read and write access on the OWD, then edit is won't work. But edit is will work on his own records, but on others record it won't work. Means on shared records it won't work. If he want to access edit access on the others record, means on the shared records, then he should have the edit access both on OWD and profile level as well. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, let's go to the second point. To confirm your access on other shared records, profile and shared settings are required. So the same thing we are see, because one of them here doesn't have the right. See, in this scenario, OWD is public read write. Lead is having read, create, edit, and delete. Can you guess what will be the access on the shared records? Here the OWD is set for public read and write. Profile is set for read, create and delete. What will be the access?
Public read and write.
Public read and write. Okay. But here the answer is I can only read others record. He ca- I cannot able to edit. Why? Because why? It is having the right access, right? But why still it is why still it is not having edit access? Here it
Because
is.
edit action is the
Because on
enabled.
profile level edit is not there, so that is what we were discussing. Both should be present on both profile level, and OWD should be present. If any one of it is missing, then he it won't be possible on the shared records, because he is having the public read and write access on the OWD, but he don't have the edit access on the lead object. That's why he cannot able to edit. He can read, because read access here it is there, here also it is there. That's why he can do the read, but he cannot do the edit because he don't have the edit access on the profile level. Clear?
Yes, sir.
See, this is what it is. Let's have a look into the real time example now. Okay, I think theoretically you guys are clear. I hope I'll show you how we can set, how we can test each and everything. Okay, let's go to the Salesforce org. Okay, this is administrator access, which I can manage OWD, and in this browser I just logged in as with one user, that is Anupam. Okay, let's see. We are going to test on the lead object. We'll see how OWD will work. Okay, now it is having a total 35 items on the lead object. That's fine. Here I just logged in as Anupam. I'm just showing you. Here I logged in as Anupam. His profile is super administrator, which is custom profile only. Okay, he is having the lead object access on the profile. Okay, we just now we saw, right? See, I'm coming to the Chrome. See, shit. We are telling about the security model, right? Sharing settings. We can call it as sharing settings. If you want to go for the OWD level of access, then come to setup and search for sharing rules, sharing settings. Okay, we can see the under the security section. We can see the sharing settings. Just open the sharing settings. If you open the sharing settings, see here you can see the arc-wide defaults. OWD stands for what? Arc-wide default, right? OWD stands for arc-wide, organization-wide defaults or arc-wide defaults. Anything is fine. Arg means organization. Okay, clear? See, arg-wide defaults. Here having the all the objects. See, lead object is there, account and contact is there, order is there. See, all the objects are present under the arg-wide defaults. Okay, under the arg-wide, you can see the other settings. Lead sharing rules also we are having. Okay, we were discussing about, right? OWD sharing rules, role hierarchy, manual sharing, right? Today we are discussing about the OWD. In next class we'll cover about the sharing rules. Okay, now see, we are going to discuss about the OWD together with the profile, right? We'll see. We wanted to test it on the lead object. Okay, right now the OWD is set for what? Public read write transfer, right? OWD is set for public read write transfer, means he can read, he can write, he can transfer the records whichever shared by others. Clear? Now let's see. I'm just going to edit this. I'm going to set this private. Okay, I'm going to set the lead record to lead object to private. OWD is I'm just going to set for private for the lead object. I'm just saving this. It will take a while. Just please confirm. Sometimes it will take to reflect it. See, still it is showing like this. Just refresh this. Still it is for see, it will take a while to save. See, Now it's saved by private. Okay, now we set lead object to private. Okay, which means if the OWD is set for private for the lead object, what will be the access on the shared records? If OWD is a private, means he don't have the access on the others record. He will have the access on his records only, which means private. OWD is
Right.
there on private, which means he cannot see the others record. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to refresh here. He can see only four items. Why? Because here the owner is Anupam. See, owner is Anupam. So that's why he can see his records. He cannot able to see the others record. See, previously 34, 35 items are there. Now only three items are there. Why? Because he don't have the access on the others record. These records are created by Anupam only. That's why he is having the access on his own records. See, lead owner is Anupam. Okay. See here also Anupam. See, because why he is having his own record on profile level, he is having a read, create, edit access, right? On his own records he can see, because on profile level he is having a read access, create access, edit access. His own records he can see, but he cannot able to see the records which are owned by others. Owned by others means which are created by others mean, other mean training batch 3. I am the user, right? Mm, all the remaining 32, I think, right, 32 records are created by me only. But that's why he is not able to see the others record. He can able to see the records which are owned by him himself. Clear? Clear or any doubt?
Yes, clear akka.
Clear. Now let's see about if I what will happen if I set OW to public read and write. Public read only, not sorry. Now I'm going to set for public read only. Just save it.
He can read
Now
all
what will be
the
the effect? Anupam can
read all the things.
he can see all the records which are owned by others. Now the expectation is he should see all the 35 items. See, but we have set OWT only read only, right? We didn't give any read and write, right? Let's see whether he can able to edit the records which are owned by others. It is owned by him itself, because its owner is Anupam only. It is his own record. But here training batch it is created by others. It's a shared records by. It is not Anupam record. It is mine record. Okay. Let's try to edit this. Okay. I'm just going to edit. I'm just going to change this. If I save, what is the error? Oops, you do not have the necessary privileges to edit this record. See your administrator for the help. Why? Because he is not able to edit by on the others record. Why? Because he don't have the read and write. He is having the only read access on the OWD level. Okay, let's see whether he can able to edit his own record. This is his own record, right? I'm just going to change, save. He can, because it is his own record, and he is having the edit access on the profile. That's why, for example, here he don't have the edit access on this profile, then he will not be able to edit his own record as well, because he don't have the edit access on the profile level. Clear?
Yes, akka.
Any confusion?
No, akka, it's clear.
Others, Taraka is okay, then what about others? It's a very 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 important concept. What about the others? Is there or not?
Here, Anita.
Only Archana is there. Okay. So now see, let's see. I'm just going to set this public read only to public read and write. Let's save this. See, now it's reflected for public read and write. Now let's see what is the expected result here.
You can read and edit.
He can read and edit with those records which are owned by others. Okay. Now I am just trying to edit this. I'm just trying to change. Say this time he can. Why? Because he is having the OW to read and write as well. Okay. Clear? This is how the OWD will help uh, on the act security level for the shared records. Okay, let's suppose. Okay, now he is having a read and write access on the lead, right, as a OWD. Now let's remove the access on the profile level. Okay, we'll see what will happen. I'm going to delete. I'm going to remove the edit access, or else see. I'm just going to remove the all the access. Even I just removing the read access also. I'm just going to save. Now tell me whether he can able to see the records or not. Tell me the answer. Then I'll refresh the page. I have removed the read, create, edit access on the profile level, but I have given the OWD as a public read and write. Let me show you that as
No, he can't see it.
well. Public read. He can't see the records, right? Okay, let's
Yes.
see whether Taraka is right or wrong. He is not able to see. Why? He is having the access on the OWD is public read and write, right?
Because the access should be at both the sides.
Because you don't have the read
OWD and
access. You don't have the access on the profile level. That's why. Okay, let's give the read access. Then we'll see what will be the edit it. Let's go down. Just give the. I'm just giving the read access. Okay. I'm saving this. Now what will be the result here?
he can read it.
He can read. Can he able to edit this others record?
No.
At least his own records.
Yes, his own record we can edit it.
He can edit his own records.
Yes.
Okay, let's
No,
see.
no, Akka, no, 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 no,
No.
no.
Why? Because he don't have the
He
edit
can
access on the
edit action,
profile
yes.
level. Okay. Even he cannot able to create a record as well because I didn't give any create. I just gave given only read access. That's why he is not able to see the new button here. Clear? Now let's go for the back. Edit this. I'm going to give the create and edit both. I'll give this time. Create I'm giving, edit I'm giving. Now tell me what actions he can do.
He can create, edit, and
He can create and he can edit
edit
as well.
all the records.
He can create new button is there. He can edit this others record as well because he is having the public read and write. Others record also he can able to edit. This is what understood. See the simple
Yes,
point
Akka.
is, for example, there will be a two types of records. Okay, as we discussed, one is owned records and is a shared records. Owned records are created by us, shared records which are created by others, and then they share with us. Okay. For example, if you want to check or give a access to on his own, then profile itself is enough. If he wants to deal with shared records, which means others record, then he should look at the OWD as well. OWD and profile both should be present. If any one of it is missing, then he cannot. Both should be present on the OWD and profile level access. Clear? I think hope
Yeah,
it's
kind of
clear.
clear.
Okay, let's go to the simple overview. If everyone is clear, then we discussed till here. Okay, here we are having the summary tables. Okay, this will help you more. Okay, just refer these tables because see here OWD is set for private. Okay, profile is, yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you. People will count as cred. Cred means create, read, edit and delete. Okay, simple words. In shortcut they will call as cred. Okay, fine. Okay, now OWD is set for private. For example, on a lead object or account object, fine. Let's consider account object now this time. Till now we see about the lead, right? Let's consider the account object. I have set a OWD on account object as a private. Okay, and profile level of access is create, read, edit and delete is having. Now tell me what will be the access on the other records, on his own records. See, he is having the profile level of access is create, read, edit and delete, and OWD is set for private. సో ప్రైవేట్లో సెట్ అయింది కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు తనకి అకౌంట్లో అదర్స్ రికార్డ్కి యాక్సెస్ ఉంటుందా ఉండదా?
Understand.
You don't have the access on the others means shared record. Why? Because OWD is set for the private, but he can have the access on him in whole in his own records means my records he can read and edit, right? That is what. But both should be present. Now coming to the next point. Now here private OWD is set for private on the account object and profile level create and read is there. Then what will be the access on his own records?
You can read it.
He can read his own records, but he
Yeah.
can create and he can read the record, but he cannot able to edit. Why? Because he don't have the edit access on the profile level. Okay, okay. For example, on account level, sorry, on OWD level, account is set for private. Now no access on the profile. Then what will be the access on his own records and others record? No access. Even he cannot able to see his own records as well because no access on the profile level. Okay.
Yes.
Next, if I set OWD as public read only on account object and he is having the create, read and edit access on the profile, then what will be the access on his own records and other record? On his own records, he can read and edit. Why? Because he is having the read access and edit access on the profile level. Coming to others record means shared records, he can able to read only. Why? Because here he is having the edit and read, but here you don't have the write. Here he is having only read access. That's why he can able to read only. The others record he can read only, he cannot able to edit. Clear? Here also, here he is having the public read only as OWD and he is having this create read only on the profile. Then what will be the effect on his own records and other records? He can read his own records and he can read others record. He cannot able to edit his own records. Why? Because he don't have the edit access on the profile level, but he is having the read access on both profile and OWD. That's why he can have the read access on the others record. Both should be present for the others record. For mine records, profile itself is enough. Clear? Coming to the next,
Yes, it is clear.
OWD is read only and no access on the profile, no access for the his own records and as well as other records also. Okay, even if you having the OWD as a public read and write also, but if you don't have the access in the profile, you don't have the access on anything means on his records and shared records as well. Coming to the public read and write access on the OWD, he is having the read and write. On the profile level, he is having the create, read, edit, and delete. But here the access is he can able to read and edit his own records and as well as he can do the same read and edit access on other records also. Why? Because he is having the edit and delete access on the both OWD and profile. Okay, coming to the same this one, public read and write, but on profile level he is having only read access. He can able to read others record. Why? Because on both only read is the common, you don't have the edit here. Okay, even you don't have the edit access on the profile level, that's why he not able to edit his own records as well. Okay, here it is also public read only, here read is there, here read is there, he can read his records and he can read others record. Okay, coming to the third, public read only, this is the one, public read only, public read right, great. Up to here you guys clear, right? See,
Yes, it is clear.
see about the something about this view wall. I'll show you the practically how it is view wall. I forgot to tell you that. See, till now we have seen like if you have given what will happen if you have given create, read, and edit, delete access on the profile. We haven't checked if you give the view wall, right? Let's go to the back on the profile level. Okay, I'm just going to first set OWD to private first. On read object, I'm going to set a private. Then what will happen? You don't have the access on others record, right? Just check multiple times. Sometimes it won't be reflected. It will take some time. Still, it is showing a public read only. This time it is reflected as private, which means he we don't have the access on the others record, right? Because we have set OW as a private, right? On profile level, what is the thing? I think we have given the delete option, delete access. I think so. Let me edit this. Okay. See, he is having a read, create, and edit. Okay. For example, if I am going to give a view wall, this is the view wall. Fifth option is the view wall. See, view wall, right? Fifth box is view wall. If I'm going to give a view wall, what will happen? If I given a, see here I have given a view wall on the lead object on the profile level. I'm just going to save. Now let's, what will be the thing? For example, on OWD it is set for private, which means Anupam he can able to see the others record or not. First tell me that. We set OW for a private, what will be the result here on others record? For
No, we can't see it.
he cannot see. Why? Because we have set the OWD as a private. But let me refresh the page. Still he can see the others record. I'll refresh once again. Still he can able to see the others record. Why? Because we have given a view all access on the profile, which means if you go for the view all or modify all, no matter what is the level of access on the OWD, it will the view all or modify all, these two will override the OWD, even though if you set for private, but still he can able to see the records which are owned by others. He can able to see only, means he can able to see others record, he cannot able to edit. Let me try to edit. Error, because I have given view all only. View all means it's a view access only, not edit access. Okay, that's why he can able to view but he cannot able to edit. Let's see, if I edit, if I give a modify all, what will happen? I'm going to give the modify all. If you check this modify all, for example, if you don't have anything, if you check modify all will enable, because modify all is the highest access, ultimate access. Okay, I'm just going to save. Still this OW is in private only. What, let's see what will happen. Still he can able to see the all the records which are owned by others as well. He can able to edit, he can able to delete, he can change owner, everything he can. Now let's say I'm going to change. I'm going to edit. This time it is working. Why? Because I have given a modify all. Clear? Clear?
Yes, Akka, it is clear.
Huh?
Clear, Akka. అర్థమైంది.
అర్థమైంది కదా? సి సింపుల్ ఏం లేదు. వ్యూ వాల్ కానీ మోడిఫై ఆల్ కానీ ఇచ్చామంటే ఓడబ్ల్యూడి ఏముందనే చెక్ చేసుకోదు. ఓకేనా? ఎందుకంటే ఓడబ్ల్యూడి ప్రైవేట్
ఓకే.
ఉన్నా పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ ఉన్నా పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ ఏదన్నా ఉండని, బట్ వ్యూ వాల్ అనే యాక్సెస్ ఉందంటే ప్రొఫైల్ లెవెల్లో ఆ యూజర్కి, ఆ యూజర్ అందరి రికార్డ్స్ చూడగలుగుతారు. ఓకేనా? ఓన్లీ వ్యూ వాల్ ఇస్తే ఓన్లీ చూడగలుగుతారు మాత్రమే. మోడిఫై ఆల్ ఏంటంటే ఇంక ఎడిట్ డిలీట్ అన్నీ చేయగలుగుతారు. వ్యూ వాల్ అంటే ఓన్లీ
ఓకే
చూడగలరు,
అక్క.
ఎడిట్ చేయలేరు, డిలీట్ చేయలేరు. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే అక్క.
హైయెస్ట్ యాక్సెస్. ఓకేనా? సి అదే చెప్తున్నారు ఇక్కడ. సి పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ ఓన్లీ ఉంది ఓడబ్ల్యూడి, బట్ వీ హ్యావింగ్ ద క్రెడ్ మీన్స్ వ్యూ వాల్ ఉంది ఇక్కడ. వ్యూ వాల్ ఉంటే చాలు, ఇంకా అతని రికార్డ్స్ మొత్తము రీడ్ చేస్తారు, ఎడిట్ చేస్తారు. బట్ అదర్స్ రికార్డ్ రీడ్ చేయగలరు అంతే, ఎడిట్ చేయలేరు. వై? బికాస్ వ్యూ వాల్ ఉంది కాబట్టి. ఓకేనా? సి వ్యూ వాల్ ఉంది,
ఓకే.
అంత రీడ్ మాత్రమే చేస్తారు అదర్స్ రికార్డ్. ఇక్కడ ఏముంది? పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ రైట్ రెండు ఉంది. పబ్లిక్ ఇక్కడ రీడ్ రైట్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఎడిట్ ఉంది. వ్యూ ఆల్ ఉంది. ఎడిట్ ఇక్కడ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఉంది కాబట్టి రీడ్ అదర్స్ అందరి రికార్డులు ఎడిట్ చేయగలుగుతారు, చూడగలుగుతారు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇక్కడ ఎడిట్ లేకోకుండా వ్యూ ఆల్ మాత్రమే ఉందంటే వ్యూ ఆల్ చూడగలుగుతారు అంతే. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే అక్క.
అర్థమైంది కదా? ఈ టేబుల్ మీకు నేను షేర్ చేస్తాను, ఇవి మీకు క్లియర్గా చూస్తే బాగా అర్థమవుతుంది మీకు ఏంటి అనేది. ఓకేనా? ప్రైవేట్ ఉంది కానీ ఇక్కడ వ్యూ ఆల్ ఉంది. ఏం చేయగలుగుతారు ఇప్పుడు? చూడగలుగుతారు అందరి రికార్డ్స్. రైట్? ఇక్కడ రీడ్ రైట్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ ఎడిట్ లేదు, ఇక్కడ వ్యూ ఆల్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఓన్లీ చూడగలుగుతారు మాత్రం, ఎడిట్ చేయలేరు. ఓకేనా? ఇలా. ఓకేనా? కమింగ్ టు హియర్. సి పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ ఓన్లీ ఉంది, బట్ నో మ్యాటర్ ఇక్కడ ఏది ఉందో. ఇక్కడ మోడిఫై ఆల్ ఉందంటే ఇంక అన్నీ చేయగలుగుతారు.
ఓకే.
ప్రైవేట్ ఉన్నా పబ్లిక్ రీడ్ ఉన్నా రైట్ ఉన్నా ఏదున్నా ఇక్కడ అన్నీ చేయగలుగుతారు బికాస్ మోడిఫై ఆల్. ఓకేనా? సి దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ ద ఓడబ్ల్యూడి విత్ ద ప్రొఫైల్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో షేరింగ్ అంటే రోల్ హైరార్కీ, షేరింగ్ రూల్స్, మాన్యువల్ షేరింగ్ చెప్తాను. విత్ దట్ సేల్స్ ఫోర్స్ సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతుంది. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే అక్క. సెక్యూరిటీ మోడల్స్ ఎలా క్లియర్ అక్క?